Hello guys, how are you? Now we are going to talk about, here are all the retro cues and Easter eggs in the 2023 Nissan Z, but before I have to ask you to subscribe and leave your like, let's go to the video. When it comes to design, the next generation Nissan Z is undeniably retro. From certain detail elements to the general outline of the car, the 2023 Z takes a fair bit from its predecessors. However, those aren't the only neat little design details on the car. Nissan also put in some subtle nods to the past and Easter eggs on the coupe. But first, let's start with the more obvious cues. By now, just about everyone knows that the look is largely inspired by the first generation Z. It's been that way since the model was revived in 2003. The taillights are also a nod to the original model and the 300ZX. Nissan also did its best to incorporate the 240Z's round headlights in the all-new model through its LED daytime running lights. That large grille opening is a homage to the 240Z as well, along with the power bulge on the hood that Nissan calls the Z-bulge. And to cap it all off, the Z badge on the C-pillar would like to remind enthusiasts of its design inspiration. As for the interior, you can think of it as a modern, digitized interpretation of the first generation Z. The three pods on top of the dash is a direct link to the 1969 model. Along with the driver-oriented dashboard and the low-mounted audio and air conditioning controls. Let's also be glad that Nissan kept the mechanical parking brake in the all-new Z. And if you watch enough episodes of Motor Week's retro reviews, you'll know that a much younger John Davis will appreciate the presence of a oil pressure and voltmeter gauge. What about the Easter eggs then? The first one needs a bit of math and arts. That's because, according to Nissan, the golden ratio was applied to the doors and pillars, front corners, and rear corners of the car. Meanwhile, that silver strip above the windows aren't a throwback to the first model's drip rails. As it turns out, Nissan explains that it's inspired by the shape of a katana. Speaking of Japanese blades, the automaker adds that the 19-inch alloys on the car take some cues from those too. Another thing worth pointing out is the grille. While it's been said over and over that it takes a page from the 240Z, not much has been said about its pattern. The oval shapes are apparently little tribute to the 300ZX's tail lights. Another neat design detail is found within the digital instrument cluster. The red line of the car is right in the center of the driver's field of vision. The reason it's there is because of a suggestion made by Tsujio Matsuda, a two-time Formula Nippon champion and a back-to-back title winner in Super GT for Nissan. One Easter egg you hope you'll never see is under the car, more specifically, the automatic transmission. That's because its transmission case has the Z logo stamped on its side. As for one you'd like to see, it's on the rear windshield. At the lower part of it, you'll see the words "Since 1969" etched on the glass. The 2023 Nissan Z will make its way to showrooms sooner than later. As for pricing, Nissan says it will be at around $40,000. Should the Japanese automaker stick to its word, the 2023 Z might be one of the most affordable ways to get a 298 kilowatt sports car. So that's it guys, comment what you think of this article and don't forget to click like and subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much for watching.